Good morning, children. Today we will be going through and trying to comprehend the fifth poem in your Honeycomb English textbook called Trees by Shirley Bauer. Now, let's read the text before the poem. Take a few minutes to tell one another the names of trees that you know or have heard of. Mention the things trees give us. Then read this poem about trees. Well, given the current situation, it will definitely be difficult for you to speak to one another or your other classmates physically, but you can take up this activity virtually by messaging them about the same or even by leaving your comments in this video or like the comments at the bottom of this video about the names of trees that you know or have heard of and the things trees give us. You can start a discussion in your house even. Just have the idea of all that trees do for us while reading this video. Now, let's get into the poem. Trees are for birds. Trees are for children. Trees are to make tree houses in. Trees are to swing swings on. Now, the first four lines begin by telling us who all trees are for or what all activities trees are for. For birds, because most birds are always perched on top of trees or their branches or even have their houses in them. Trees are for children to play around, to use as a central pole when you're running around or anything really. Children also benefit from trees. Trees are to make tree houses in, a fort of your own or an escape from the ground into a magical land or a castle on top of the tree. Whatever your imagination permits. But trees can be used to build tree houses. Trees are to swing swings on. A pretty self explanatory line. It uses an alliteration. Swing swings. Notice how the first alphabets of both those words are the same. Hence, an alliteration. Now, let's continue. Trees are for the wind to blow through. Trees are to hide behind in hide and seek. Trees are to have tea parties under. Trees are for kites to get caught in. Once again, the next four lines show how much of an important entity trees are, both in nature and in our lives. Trees are for the wind to blow through. Rustling through the trees, the wind can make their fruits fall down, available for all of us, or the leaves fall down when the seasons change and new leaves have to come in. Trees are to hide behind in hide and seek. If you have a big enough tree, there is no way anybody can catch you. Trees are to have tea parties under. Who doesn't love having tea under the cooling shade of a tree on a hot summer's day? Trees are for kites to get caught in. Every time you're flying a kite, it is a child or any person for that matters most dreaded event that their kite get caught in a tree so high that they can't even reach it. Now, let's continue. Trees are to make cool shade in summer. Trees are to make no shade in winter. Trees are for apples to grow on and pears. Trees are to chop down and call timber. Trees make mothers say, "What a lovely picture to paint." Trees make fathers say, "What a lot of leaves to rake this fall." Okay, Now, in these last few lines, keeping with the central theme of the poem, the poet is once again highlighting the significance of the tree in all seasons and in all situations. Trees are to make cool shade in summer, like I had mentioned earlier. What is more soothing than have the walking around in the summer and then chancing upon a large tree with a lot of leaves to find shade under? Trees are to make no shade in winter when all the sunlight you can get is what you need during the winter. Trees allow for the same. By their leaves falling down, they stop giving shade in the winter, giving you the sunlight you so desperately need in that chilling cold. Trees are for apples to grow on and pears. Trees give us fruits, like I said earlier, with the wind example. And who doesn't love eating freshly picked fruits, be it an apple or a pear? Trees are to chop down and call timber. Now, when you're chopping a tree, we shout timber once we've chopped it and the tree is falling to warn anyone who might be around and in danger of getting, well, squashed by the tree if it's a big enough tree, or getting injured basically, getting hit by a falling tree. I don't think anybody or any of you, even for that matter, would enjoy getting hit by a tree, would you? So, hence the timber as a warning. Ki, oh, this tree is falling. For timber, which is basically chopped wood, but that word also serves as a warning sign or a warning call. Trees make mothers say, "What a lovely picture to paint." And trees make fathers say, "What a lot of leaves to rake this fun." Now, the same tree can also have two different opinions. No, like people can have two different opinions about the same tree. Sorry, that was an incorrect statement. Mothers say, "What a lovely picture to paint" after looking at a tree, looking at its beauty above all else. But fathers, on the other hand, are sort of, well, worried by trees because they're worried about how many tree leaves will fall in the fall or autumn and how many they'll have to rake up. And that brings our poem to a close. I hope you got the central theme of the poem, which is basically the poet highlighting how the trees are so important in our day to day lives and how they serve a cornucopia of purposes. They have so many purposes, they help us in so many ways. And yeah, that's basically what the poet is trying to highlight in all of this. I hope you understood the poem. I'll meet you again in the next one.